Hey, what's up guys? Mark with Under Pressure Power Wash. Let's talk about 12-volt pumps real quick. Touching base on these. I've seen a lot of problems online where they're having issues with the priming of the pumps, issue with the pumps and pumps failing. Get down to it right away, real quick. The 3 gallon per minute and the 5 gallon per minute, every brand are just they're junk. You're gonna have problems with those. They're not gonna last. They're gonna die within a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3, maybe right away. Okay, the only pumps that are worth anything are the 7 gallon a minute pump. And you can say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Trust me, I do. I got over 30 years in the biz. I know exactly what I'm talking about. So trust me, and I'll save you a lot of headaches. Okay. Number one, forget the 3 and the 5 gallon a minute pumps because they're hard to prime. They got issues and they fail. So let's get right onto the 7 gallon a minute pump. Some of the newer pumps, if they get like a tiny air bubble in the pump, they act strange and they kick on and then they kick off sporadically, and you just never know how the pump is going to act. If you got a brand new pump and it turned on for a second or maybe a minute or two and you're trying to prime it and then all of a sudden it kicks off, and then it seems like it doesn't want to work, or it does for a second and then it doesn't, and it just does a really sporadic behavior, you got to air a bubble in the actual upper chamber of that pump. All right, so most people set the pump like this, not laying down. You want to set the pump laying down when you're trying to prime it, and you don't want to leave a bunch of hose, like 500 foot of hose, 200 foot of hose on the end of the pump when you're trying to prime it. Okay, just take your hose put your pump where it's going to be, put it there, run your hose from the pump to your tank, hook it up to the battery, fire it up, let it prime, run it for like a minute or 2 or 3, maybe even 5 to get all that bubble out of there, whatever, make sure all those bubbles are out of there. Run it for 5 minutes just to be safe. Once you prime it, it's good to go. That's with some of the new ones, but some scenarios have happened where primer issues have happened. I'm walking the dog here, so I'm trying to talk and give you guys information real quick. Also, the gauge of the wire, you want to use 10 gauge wire, even 8 gauge wire. Do not go over 6 foot length. Okay, if you don't run your batteries low. Okay, running your batteries low and running the wrong gauge wire, anything above 10 gauge can cause issues with the pump. It starves the electricity going to the pump, the energy, and it will cause your pump to burn up prematurely. Okay, they'll get really hot because they're starving, they're overamping, and that's where that comes from. So make sure you just go to the like O'Reilly AutoZone, get you a pair of cheap jumper cables, cut the one end off, strip them, and then go ahead and splice it to the pump. You can get some of these blue wire nut that are weather resistant. Okay, you get them from Home Depot, and they're blue, and they got like a almost like a silicone based product in there. Okay, that'll keep the moisture out, and it'll stop electrolysis and all kinds of stuff like that from happening. Okay, so use those. That way you get a really good tight connection. You can even use a pair of pliers to twist them off really tight. So you want everything nice and tight on your connections. Next is, don't use intermix materials. Like if the housing of the pump is plastic, don't use stainless and don't use brass. Okay, it will crack the housing, maybe not tonight, but a week down the road, boom, done. So you want to go ahead and use your standard plastic on plastic, like banjo fittings. You want to use banjo fittings on the pump. All right, so plastic on plastic. If you got a stainless steel manifold on your hose reel, then go ahead and use stainless steel. Or you can use brass. You can even use the PVC fittings on there by Titan. However, they will crack also because you just don't want to mix materials. Okay, so don't do that. That's just a big headache waiting to happen. Like I said, the ones from Titans are pretty stout, but they do actually crack over time. So go ahead and just use, like I said, metal. It comes with all the Titan hose reels come with the actual stainless steel swivel, the full stainless steel swivel, not the cheap ones with the nickel plating. All right, the super swivels are made for the pressure side. The super swivels are not made for the soft wash. The super swivels are just steel, and they have a nickel plating, and the nickel plating is very light coating, and it will rust and corrode really quick. So don't use those on your soft wash. All right. So just to recap on the pumps, the 3 gallon a minute and the 5 gallon a minute are not worth your money. They have a lot of problems. Even if they come in a kit, they have issues. So don't buy those. They're just a waste of money, and they're big headaches. Buy the 7 gallon a minute pumps, and you'll thank me later. Trust me. Hook it up right. Don't run your wire over 6 foot in length. Make sure your battery is a pretty high grade deep cycle battery. Okay. And make sure your connections are good, and make sure all your your connections with your liquid side are all matching materials, plastic on plastic, stainless steel on stainless steel, brass on brass. All right. So basically, there is some pumps that are new on the market that might have issues priming. The small ones are just a real big headache with priming, and even just longevity. They break easy, they burn up easily, they fall apart easily, they don't last. The seals just go to hell real quick. The 7 gallon a minute ones will last a lot longer. Majority of all of them prime up real quick, and you have no problems whatsoever. But there are some new ones on the market that have a issue, and you got to go ahead and, like I said, hook up your hose to the supply side in your tank, run water through it, fire the pump up. Don't put the your hose reel on the other side of the pump right away. Just go ahead and let the water shoot through there for like 3 or 4 minutes and get all those bubbles out of there. Because if it goes on, shuts off, and then it acts sporadic and doesn't want to turn on, doesn't want to shut off, that's because you got tiny air bubbles in there, and you got to go ahead and flush those out. If it doesn't have an issue, if you can't get it to prime, then you got to force prime it, and you got to use a garden hose. In that scenario, just go ahead and put the garden hose right up to the inlet side, and then go ahead and fire up the hose and turn on your pump, and force the water through there for like a minute or two, and shut the pump off after that, and it's primed. Okay, go ahead and hook up the whole thing, and it's good to go. That saves you hours and hours and hours of headaches, and hours on Instagram, hours on YouTube, and hours in calling around trying to figure out what's going on. How to save you massive headaches. All right, so that's what's going on, boys and girls. It's like I said, the new ones, some of the new pumps just have issues, and that's just the way it goes. Little air bubbles get trapped in there, and they don't help with the actual on and off mechanism internally to turn the pump on and off like it's supposed to. All right, hope that helps you guys out. Mark with the Pressure Power Wash. Have a great day.